Welcome back to our live coverage of the European Youth Touch Championships here at the University of Warwick. We're into our afternoon session, just 4 games remaining, and it's a very special fixture for you here. It's the Irish Girls 18 side taking on our special guest this week, the Tanglin Trust School from Singapore. It's Ireland looking to dart in first, ball back on the inside, and it's the perfect start for Ireland. But in the meantime, I'm delighted to be joined by Erin Brown from the Tanglin Trust School. Erin, I mean, welcome firstly to Warwick. You guys have had 1 win today, 1 loss.
Yes.
I mean, how are you feeling about the tournament so far?
It's been really fun. I think our first game against England was really difficult because they're a really strong side, but then we kind of got it back when we played France at a tight game. And
now against Ireland, I mean, surely you feel like after you've beaten France, you could perhaps beat anyone in this girls 18 category. And you're going to play England again and again. I mean, it must be such a learning curve for the Tanglin Trust School, because you're taking on whole nations here.
Yeah, it's really difficult, I think, and it's putting a lot of like drive and energy into us just because we've never been against such a strong side.
Shut out by Ireland, who are back on the offensive here. They're in that new Irish kit. It's an absolute stunner in the dark green with the Celtic print down the side by that sort of lighter green trim. One of our favourite kits of the day. You can see Tanglin Trust School have got the flower of Singapore on the side there as well. And it's going to be a first chance for the Tanglin Trust School to get on the front towards the box. So just how long have the Tanglin Trust School been in the country, Erin? What's the build-up to this tournament been like?
Well, for like the past few months, we've been on our summer holiday, so we haven't really been training. So we all arrived down on Thursday, and we had 1 training session, and then today's the first day like competition. Back into it.
Still though, they're on the front foot with that last-ditch touch from Molly Quinn, and then diving over for the first time is Layla Mason, flag bearer for the Tanglin Trust School in the opening ceremony, and the try is given. And it's 1-1 in the start of this fixture. Apologies, just took us a moment to get the right Tanglin Trust logo up onto the screen there for you. But 1-1 as it stands. I mean, Erin, what were the sort of aims coming into this tournament for the Tanglin Trust School? You know, what was the goal really? Because against a bunch of national teams, surely there was a sort of expectation that it was going to be difficult, but you've already grabbed a huge win. Just how far do you think this side can go in the competition?
Well, our goals like coming in was just to work together and try use our whole team, because normally in Singapore we're kind of mid-dominant. So we're trying to work on that. And then honestly, our goal, like our expectations, like we didn't really know what to expect. Against England, we kind of knew it'd be like really tough just from previous like knowledge. But for France, we have like a few players that we play in Tanglin that are on that team. So we knew it was going to be difficult, but I'm really glad that we like pushed through it.
Lovely line in the link channel as Tanglin Trust School grab another shutout. I mean, it's amazing that touch is such a global game, that there's players representing France here in Warwick who have also shared the field with the women from this Tanglin Trust International School. And it's a great pickup, darting through the centre. Here goes Motion, looking for options, scooping through, and just about manages to pick out a player in tight. And I think the score's been given, and the Tanglin Trust School take the lead against Ireland. Well, this is great play from Emily Motion. Just manages to pick out the number 8. Just a few changes of numbers, actually, in fact, from what I've got in front of me. It's actually Emily Motion who scores. Francesca Cavalli went through on the scoop. Thanks to the Tanglin Trust coaching staff who updated my team sheet just 5 minutes before I got up here. Here's Ireland looking at a response through Kerrin. Pops it off into the path of Tay. Kerrin round the corner. Chance for Ireland to level this. They fling it to the winger. It's a great little turn of pace from Chloe Savage on the edge. But sent back to the 7. And Ireland still looking to create here. Tay. And it's Kerrin, little dart back on the inside. She loves that no-look pass. We've seen it a few times today. Maggie Kerrin, but eventually the try given. Tay goes over, and it's tit for tat at the start of this girls' 18 tie. Well, Aaron, what do you make of this little no-look ball from Maggie Kerrin back on the inside?
Yeah, I think that's pretty impressive. We probably need to be a bit deeper in that and watch out for that in the future, but that was a really good try.
It's been her specialty so far today for Ireland. Ireland were, of course, beaten by France earlier in the day in a rerun of the opening game from the Senior Euros, which took place in Vichy just a couple of weeks ago at the Stadio d'Aragon. But it's Tanglin Truscall back onto the front foot. Plenty of options out there. It's Isabel Aylan. Round the corner, Ward sliding in for another score. And the referees are in consultation. And the try's been given. And this is a rapid rate of scoring. It's Lydia Ward this time. 3 different scorers as well at the start of this tie. 3 tries on the board for the Tanglin Trust School. And is this the way that the Tanglin Trust School like to play? Every time they go behind, getting right back up the other end and scoring?
Yeah, that's normally how we go. We really like to do backdoors and quickies and get our divers in.
And Ireland will look to respond in kind. Off the deck from Bastich. Racing away goes Ginty. Ginty, hot stepper, really creative, but out comes the touch from Ward. Certainly has the length in the centre of the park to really dominate that touching area. Here's Kennedy, flung over the top. One more pass could create a chance, but Savage is caught. Leonard. And another short ball looking for Savage, but Jen Kennedy's pass is overcooked. Good shutout by the women from Singapore. I mean, what kind of opposition do Tanglin Trust School usually face over in Singapore for our European audience who perhaps aren't familiar with the sort of touch you guys are playing during the season?
We normally play against a lot of international schools, and then in October we fly over to Australia to play some Australian schools and clubs who are very, very good and challenge us a lot.
I mean, of course, these are European nations, many of whom are developing. I know that Ireland's men's open side, for example, and England's women's side can really fight with the best. But it's the Tanglin Trust School with beautiful hands. And it's Marguerite Bezuidenhout who scores down this right-hand side. It's an excellent score. And for the first time, a 2-point buffer opens up. I mean, this is some serious handling from the Tanglin Trust School. And a saunter home for Marguerite Bezuidenhout. How does that level of competition compare, do you think, to the sides you've faced so far?
I think in Singapore, I think Singapore and France were very similar teams, but when we played England, it was more like playing an Australian team just because they were really, really strong and really fast.
Yeah, they'll love to hear that on the playback. Indeed, it's a darting run, almost breaking through to that far side from Ireland's Willow McIntosh's court. Of course, it was France who met England in the final of the Euros at senior women's open level, and it was England who were very comfortable in that victory there. Mixed open, the only category in which England did not take gold at open level. France beat them in the final then. We're a long way till finals day on Sunday here, as that pass back on the inside is just undercooked a touch by Nina Cheslin. So chance for Ireland to get back on the board and create a one-game again. 2 Kerrins out there now, Abigail and Maggie. It's Maggie Kerrin to the right-hand side. The pass is away from Leah Hewlin. His brother, of course, is playing in the Irish under-15s boys side as well. And then driven up by Tanglin Trust School. Of course, Erin, you know that touch is a family affair. You've got 2 Lothians in this side as well.
Yeah.
And Ireland touch is the same with 2 Kerrins out there. The Hewlins have also got players elsewhere. There's another Gill. They seem to be never running short of those across the Irish competitions. And a penalty now, won by the Tanglin Trust School. So a big opportunity as we approach the 10-minute mark for them to go 5-2 to the good. It'll be left for Emily Motion. And then taken on by Cheslin. Motion into the path of Coiler. There's good progression up the field. And stay up is the call. Ireland have to keep keeping forward. It might be on here for Cheslin, who plays it wide, but Edenhard caught. Great touch coming across from Maya Gill, but a second penalty in quick succession. Big opportunity now for the Tanglin Trust School. Motion. Cheslin. Motion on the return. It's just away from her there. Right smile from Nina Cheslin. Hasn't gone quite to plan. But Erin, it's, you know, a real mix of players, Tanglin Trust School. Of course, you know, nations like Ireland, like France, and like England as well, have got sort of expats playing for them across the board. What's most of the makeup of this Tanglin Trust School? Where do most of the players sort of hail from?
Most of us are probably like from Europe in some way, but we have like a few, like we have one South African player and one Australian. Is
it Marguerite Bezuidenhout?
She is
okay.
South African, yes.
It's a classic strong Safa name. But it must be so interesting to come to an international tournament and represent as an educational facility at this age grade level instead of as a country, because, you know, you're sort of flying the flag for Tanglin Trust on its own out here.
Yeah, especially at the opening ceremony when we were waving the flag, it felt a bit weird because everyone was like proud of their countries and we were just proud of our school, I guess.
Which you can be.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that at all. Ireland with possession. Lucy Andrews had a good opening game for Ireland this morning. It's been a long time since that 8:30 tap-off, now at 3 when this game began. Closer to 20 past at the moment. Still will be playing all the way through till after 6 o'clock here at the University of Warwick's Cryfield Pavilion. Oh, excellent hands round the corner. And they do manage to find Gill on the edge, but she's well marshalled by Bezuidenhout. Andrews. Round the corner looking to keep the play alive, but it's a high press. And it's a good read from Layla Mason. Oh, lovely dummy. And almost through from Abby Paget. Names on the shirt as well for Tanglin Trust School, so you know they're serious. Coiler. Just looking to crack into the 10 of Ireland here. Motion. Swept up by Cavalli. Francesca Cavalli again, always looking to move forward. Ireland a little offside here. 3-on-2 to the left. It's a brilliant peel, and it is really well held by Lothian. But Ireland managed to scramble. Well, Erin, I mean, what have you made of this Irish team so far, cracking over that 10-minute mark? I mean, how similar is their style of play to the sides you faced already today?
I think they're a lot like faster than we would expect, and they're not as structured, but it's kind of working because we're used to playing against structured play, so they're getting through gaps between us. So they're quite impressive.
And they scramble back well here, despite giving the penalty away. Cavalli. Motion to the open side. Hint of a 3-on-2 here. Again, they go for the long ball. The touch is claimed by Leah Hewlin. It's good covering to deny the winger on the far side. Lothian again. But they will have a strike at the 7. And Francesca Cavalli into the path of Motion, who gets moving. Goes for the pass into that link channel. It's another good read by the Irish, and Coiler denied. And Ireland have possession back again. So despite this being an under-18 competition, as you said, you come back from summer holidays, so presumably this is quite a young side for the Tanglin Trust School compared to some of the other nations who may have players who are, you know, pushing towards that under-18 level.
Yeah, our far winger, who's Alex Lothian, she has just, I think, turned 14. She was the replacement for me, and then most of us are just finished our GCSEs or going into our final year. So it's quite like young, especially against people who have like graduated.
Is it GCSEs and A-levels at the Tanglin Trust School?
Yeah.
That's just my own ignorance about what's going on in Singapore. That's my bad. As they roll beyond halfway. Another good defensive set against Ireland here. Pick up by Cavalli, but that's wayward. It's late in the day here. The sun has dipped behind the clouds finally. We're starting to rank up the humidity though, something that the Singaporean side won't mind too much. But it is going to start to have an impact on the play here after a long day of touch. Still driving on though is Maggie Kerrin. Tay. Oh, another loose ball, a couple of unforced errors as we approach half time. Hoping for a jolt of energy at some point for these players. Good delay on the pass. Bezuidenhout gets it back on the inside and tapped down by Ireland. So I think they might draw another set of 6 here. Ward. Paget. Ward again, looking for her second score. Aylin gets it on the return, and Aylin will slide in herself, and Ireland were racing back to get onside. But they just about got back in time. Aylin denied. Tanglin Trust School staying rather calm, even at the 7 here. Good composure. Paget again. This time with the Zoe variety. And then a sliding effort from Ward. And Lydia Ward has a second score. Tanglin Trust have a 5th right before the break. And Aaron, I think what categorises that attack, or what is the real takeaway, is just how composed Paget and company were on that 7. I mean, is that sort of something that's discussed within the Tanglin Trust camp a lot, just staying, you know, in motion, but also staying in control of what happens when you make to that area of the field?
Yeah, I think when we lose control, we get sloppy and we drop the balls and we make a lot of turnovers. So that's one of our main goals for this tournament, and to move forward, is that we stay composed and calm and stick to our basics, because that's how we succeed.
Ginty with a good drive. Andrews. Bastich up to the 7. Andrews will take her time. Ginty pulls the handbrake, but we know she can get going whenever she fancies. Andrews on a good line. Real chance here. Play on was the call. Offside spotted by the referee. And there's a conversation we had here about if this is a penalty or a try. Penalty is the call. Very clear from the referee there that the touch was good covering across, but the first player was offside, so 6 more for Ireland here. Wonderful footwork from Caitlin Bastich. It's sent back at the last. Andrews. Ginty. Andrews. Oh, what a step that is from Leonard, who's over again here, but still kept out. Great defence from Tanglin Trust School. Ginty. Andrews. This pod looking really threatening here. And floating away into that linked channel is Caitlin Bastich, who's over to score. Tanglin Trust called offside. Bastich has one back. Now, what do you make of that latest Irish attack? Maybe just the discipline of Tanglin Trust letting the Irish in there.
Yeah, I think in future we probably should stay tighter. I think also fitness probably came in a bit into play.
Some great footwork in there, though, from the Irish, you must admit.
Yeah.
And Bastich over to score. And with just a minute to go here, Tanglin Trust not in a great hurry to get things underway, but they should still have a chance to strike here. And indeed, just been ramped up a little bit by Mason. Into the path of Coiler. Mason. Cheslin. Mason again. Cheslin. Mason directing traffic here, going for the long ball. Across at the very last comes Chloe Savage. Tanglin Trust still jabbing away here with seconds remaining. 40 to go. Wide it is. Is this the finish? On that left-hand side by Alex Lothian, the youngest member of the Tanglin Trust team, but she's on the board with a good finish to get away from Chloe Savage. Well, that must be a great moment for her. Called up rather late into the tournament and scoring on the international stage, Aaron. right on the buzzer as well. Ball back on the inside, maybe one last dart for Tay, getting on the outside, but eventually the pass is forward. So the half will be brought to an end. Tanglin Trust School with a great performance so far. Ireland still very much in the game, 6-3, with 20 minutes still to play. We'll be back in just a few moments' time.
We just had an update from Playback Photo. They reckon there were roughly 22 team photos taken. Now there are 44 teams here, so that means that they're about halfway through. I can't emphasize enough that today is the only day that they are taking photos. So if you wasn't on a team photo, please get them today. Tomorrow will be too late after the end of the day. Anyway, as we carry on, this is absolutely sweet. Any vendors? We got Big Nut, we got Sammy's, we got mac and fries, we got cafe. Have a good ice cream, man. Don't forget team managers, the ice is available, please get that card.
Well, there goes the buzzer, so the second half is soon to get back underway. It's the Tanglin Trust Lions currently up 6-3 against the nation of Ireland. What an impressive performance from the Tanglin Trust School, who have already beaten France in this tournament so far. Slight roll ball that lets it play here, so a chance for the Irish to get back into the game. Good stash on show as well from the coaching staff. Various international plaudits, including a Cayman Islands touch cap on the Tanglin Trust head coach. I'm sure there's a connection there. But it's Ireland who are looking to start this second half the brightest, driven on well by Andrews. It's a good start to the half for Ireland. They've made plenty of yards, and Molly Quinn's out there in the middle now looking to create. Quinn still weaving her way through, caught by Aylan. Andrews winds one up. It's a good take from the winger, but there's white shirts all around. And that brings that phase to a close. 6-3, there's still life in this game, absolutely. We've got a big game up next at 4 o'clock, action in the boys 15s between China and Scotland, which should be fantastic to see. Scotland entering another 15 side into the competition. Then 15s mix, the very talented Wales are back in action against France, a side they've meet for the first time in the mixed 15s competition. And then we close out the day at 5:30 here on pitch 1 with action in the mixed 18 between Scotland and the Cayman Islands, a game which the Cayman Islands claimed victory in just 2 years ago at this Youth Euros when it was back in Vichy. Ireland shut out the Tanglin Trust School, though, at the first time of asking in this second half, and are now on the offensive. Great pickup, right option to go to the open side. There's plenty of space. It's dropped off into the path of O'Meara, who manages to flick it away for Kerrin to keep it alive. Ball over the top for Tay. And finally the touch is made, but lovely hands from O'Meara and Maggie Kerrin. Touch on the 7, Ireland still pushing on here. Tay. Laid back again for Tay. Here's Kerrin. Kerrin loves that no-looker back on the inside. Too much pace on it this time. Even though it came off a Tanglin Trust School hand, it's going to be possession for Ireland because it just clattered off the body and not actually the arm. So no need to hand any more touches back to Ireland. They could do with shutting them down here, though. 6-3, Ireland still looking to fight back into it. If the next score is theirs, then this game's going to get very interesting. Tay, who's there at half, overcomes McIntosh, and then Kerrin across to O'Meara. Maggie Kerrin, Tay again, draws the touch. Hand up from the winger Gill on this near side, but it's not quite heading her way. Kerrin. Kerrin on the return, loves that inside pass, and Tay weathers a serious shot on the inside from Zoe Padgett. Back to her feet straight away, though. Laid back by Tay. Long ball over the top, finds its target. Gill has to chuck it back inside on final touch. And it's going to end up with possession back in the clutches of Tanglin Trust School, the Lions, who lead by 6-3. Driven up the short side by Cara Lothian. A Lothian on either wing, if possible, throughout this game. Good carry from Emily Motion. Good delay on the pass as well. Bazudenhout out to Lothian on that far side. Still they play. Motion. Cheslin. Another great delay on the pass. This time Leah Hewlin gets across. Hewland was looking for the touch and pass. I think we're going to play on here. Cheslin. Emily Motion. Cheslin again. Motion gets underway. Cheslin options inside and out. But takes the touch. Indeed, they really do slow things down, Tanglin Trust School, in this area. Very much holding Ireland's attention. Motion all the way out to Coiler. Quickly round the corner they come. Cheslin creates the 2-on-1. Oh, it's a good read by the Irish winger, who moved early, but did not get there. And it's Cara Lothian now who scores. Both sisters on the board for Tanglin Trust School. It's 7-4 now. Well, this is such a good read by the Irish winger, who knew the pass was coming. She could just tell and left so early. Good track as well by that tight camera of ours. And Lothian dots down. Now here comes Ginty, straight through the centre. Touch made from the sideline. Tanglin Trust forced to ask to tighten up, but Ireland are going to look to break through regardless. Oh, it's a good option round the corner. Intercepted. And serious effort from Abigail Kerrin to get back and shut down that potential turnover, which could have been more. Great pick out. And the Tanglin Trust School are back on the offensive, and one more score and it becomes a bit of a mountain for the Irish to climb. Lovely snipe from Padgett, but she is half court. Great scoop. But Ireland will have possession again here. What can they do with it is the question. Unable to threaten with the efficiency they'd want to in this second half. They have had more of the possession than in the opening 20. And what was initially an offside has been given as a touch. So Ireland beyond halfway with a nice ball inside. Andrews creative as ever. And a good carry by Molly Quinn. And here goes Andrews. Oh dear, called back for a penalty. Such a shame because it was a great dart from Andrews again. And it's going to be almost up to halfway that the Tanglin Trust School can get underway again. Two touches, good defence, but an offside call leaves Ward in a bit of space. Hat-trick hunting in the second half, but taking her lead for now. Lothian, the last name's on a hat-trick at least. All the way across from Motion. Nice ball back on the inside for Cavalli. Motion, four outsider, over the top for Lothian. The Irish winger again working hard to get across, and this time Gill has been rewarded for her efforts. Francesca Cavalli, last touch is the call. Bit of a miscount from the Tanglin Trust School. Ireland win it back. Good defensive shift from them. They've still got plenty of time. 4 tries in 9 minutes, 10 minutes, 11 minutes. Very doable, but not if you give the ball away there. And now they're short-handed. It's a 3-on-2. Ball back on the inside. Motion scores. And the Lions have pounced on the error. Tanglin Trust so quick to react. And over goes Emily Motion. Nice ball on the inside from Francesca Cavalli. And changes in the offing, so fresh legs to defend this Irish attack. It's good early pressure here. 2 touches before the 10, but Tay off the deck, really well held by Willow McIntosh. Maggie Kerrin. Tay. Kerrin. She'll look for that short ball again, but well watched this time. Ireland assess their options here. Kerrin's away, and Kerrin puts the foot down, gets away from Cheslin. Ireland slow to react here, but where are the options? In behind, it's a brilliant call, and a great finish as well. Well, what a moment for Ireland. It's Abigail to Maggie, it's Kerrin to Kerrin, it's a great scoop. Maggie Kerrin with a really good run. And then Abigail Kerrin, good call, but the try not given. Hard touch it is. That is such a shame because it was great communication between the Kerrins. They are going to have 6 more touches at the 7. Maggie Kerrin gets it on the backside for Tay, and then what a ball again. Trademark, but doesn't catch them out this time. She just rolls it off the palm, often without looking. Complete trust in Tay, but it's the Tanglin trust they need to worry about here, who is still rushing out to meet them. It's a great line from Kerrin, of the Abigail variety this time. Tay, the draw out. Tanglin Trust School, and what a take that is to keep the attack alive from Chloe Savage, diving to the deck. Tay, round the corner they come. It's an excellent run from Kerrish again. Is this going to be the moment that Willow McIntosh gets over? Maggie Kerrin made that look so easy, but unfortunately, the try has not been given. Such a shame for McIntosh, who was caught at the last. Tanglin Trust finally win it back. Here comes Paget round the corner. Mason sauntering forward, and Paget picks a good line. Just rolls unkindly there, the two of them getting in each other's way. Kerrin floats it across. That's a brilliant delay on the pass, and Savage can't get away from Alex Lothian. And I think it's going to be called as a turnover, unfortunately, just slightly forward from that pass. Not long to go here. Certainly not enough time for Ireland to get back into this unless they score a try a minute, which I'd love to see. It looks like Tanglin Trust the more likely at the moment to get further ahead. Ward still on a hat-trick. Mason, Ward, Layla Mason. Drawing out Ireland here, they've got to creep forward. And it's Mason, and drifts across to create the space, and Ginty gets down well and keeps them out. Ginty feeds it on well, but Ward gets up and makes a big touch and wins it back for the Tanglin Trust School. What a touch. And we know how well they can capitalise here. Ireland were about to make changes, so the ball back on the inside. We'll see them over. Layla Mason scores. Tanglin Trust have a 9th try, and it's the second one that was completely opportunistic. Ireland were halfway through making their changes, so there were holes all over the shop. Ward puts it back on the inside. That'll be the game for Tanglin Trust. They're going to go 2 from 2. And it's perhaps a sobering message about the North-South divide in the game of touch that a school in Singapore has beaten both France and Ireland today at under 18 level. It's not to take anything away from the talent in this Tanglin Trust School side, but just a reminder that the European nations are working so hard to grow the game of touch. They know that they've still got a long way to go before we're uprooting the likes of Australia and New Zealand. But that's what tournaments like this are all about, bringing through the next generation, under 15s, under 18s, under 20s, all getting to play proper test match of touch against each other. As we'll see throughout the day as we head into the quarters and semis and finals. It's a lovely ball back for Lothian on this left-hand side. And Cara Lothian scores. Lovely hands, and you've got to be finishing quickly to get away from Gill. Indeed, she dove over with little thought for how this solid turf will feel here in Warwick. Great finish from Cara Lothian. It's a hat-trick for the Lothians at least. And the Tanglin Trust School have 10. So after beating France, they were in fact favourites coming into this one, but interesting to take in Tanglin Trust for the first time, because they are a really well put together outfit. And although they are just coming back from summer holidays, as it was said, they have probably played more touch together than perhaps this Irish team have. But, you know, interesting dynamic about national teams and their preparation compared to club sides, or indeed in this case schools, who spend more time together. It's interesting about how many national regions in the UK might challenge a sort of Irish national team. Or if a really strong club side like Nottingham, like one of the Galaxy teams in Southwest or in London, could fare up against international opposition due to the star power they tend to have. Just food for thought. As Lothian lays it back for Tanglin Trust School. A plethora of Paget's now out there, linking up in the middle of the park, over the top for Lothian, and Cara Lothian is hunted down by Gill. But she just got clear. Good honesty from Gill, who keeps the hand down. And it's a hat-trick, out and out, for Cara Lothian. The two Paget's linking up out there, great to see. And over goes Lothian. And it's been an impressive performance by Tanglin Trust School. It's gotten away from Ireland in the last couple of minutes or so, who battled hard. I mean, it was 6-3 at the break. And it's still 11-3. Ginty still driving on. Off the deck from Kennedy, who pulls the handbrake. Jen Kennedy looking for the switch, but it doesn't come. Strong touch from Mason. Ginty. Laura O'Meara. Ginty just about gets away from Paget. Mason forces the Hail Mary. It does fall kindly for Laura O'Meara, but the damage was done, and Tanglin Trust School survive. Even at this late stage, running with such intensity there. Paget feels a little bit bad there for the direction in which she carried the touch. Still a chance here at this late stage for Tanglin Trust School, who are carrying with such venom. Oh, it's a lovely dummy from Cavalli, who slides over to score. They're not done yet. 12-3. What a second half from the Tanglin Trust School. And you wonder what was said at the break, because it wasn't a bad first half by the Tanglin Trust School at all. They led by 6-3, but in this second half, they've beaten Ireland 6-0. Ireland still looking to get on the board in this second half, and a penalty will help. And they'll come marching forward with a minute to go. Last chance for Molly Quinn and company. Good acceleration to get there. Andrews. Quinn. Caught by Bazudenhart. Andrews again. Quinn. Caitlin Bastich tries to score in the first half. Leads it for Andrews. Skips away. Good hands again on the edge from Chloe Savage, but no way through. Quinn looking to dart down the short side. Andrews intercepted. Great read. Flying high again. Francesca Cavalli. And they're still looking to break here with just 20 seconds to go. Indeed, the buzzer beats them to it. Cara Lothian won't add to her hat-trick, but it's an excellent performance by the Tanglin Trust School. What a performance by Tanglin Trust School, who have beaten Ireland by 12-3, a 6-0 period of play in the last 20 minutes or so has really put the icing on top of this cake for them. That's their second win of the day in the girls 18 competitions. Up next, action from the boys 15s when Scotland play China.
So as that brings to the end of the game, we've got a couple of announcements to make. We've been informed that the twins, Shani and Puppy, it's a happy birthday today. So the twins, Shani and Puppy, happy birthday.